Hi there, my name is Vern Tompkin, and I'd like to ask you a question. Are you looking to finally break free from porn and other sexual compulsive behaviors? Well, toward that end, I want to share a bit of a word picture with you about tires for your car or your truck. Now, I'm from Canada, and in winter climates, summer tires just don't do it. Maybe if you're from Southern California or Florida, you don't need anything other than summer tires. But, people drive around with summer tires and it seems to work for them in many places. And that's kind of like people who seem to go through life and never seem to have a problem with things like porn. I don't quite understand that. That's not my experience, but there are people who just need summer tires. And there are people who take more of a cautious approach. Let's say they drive around with all season tires. They're the kind of people that are prepared. They take common sense precautions and they don't seem to get in trouble. They've got a little bit of extra tread and they seem to do okay. They've got a little bit more tread and like them, I understand that, but that doesn't really reflect my experience. But there are people who find themselves in conditions like a winter snowstorm and they go, you know what? I need winter tires. I need tires for when the road conditions aren't ideal. And just extra care and preparation doesn't quite cut it. And they realize, I'm going to go through life. I've got to be careful. I've got to have good tires. I got to drive a little bit slower in snow, and I'll do okay. And there are people like that. And that's great. But that doesn't reflect my situation as well when it comes to things like porn. Because I'm the kind of guy that found, despite winter tires, I still found myself in difficulty. I still found myself needing more than winter tires. I had to have, whether it was studded tires and posi track and studded snow tires, whatever it was, I found myself slipping and sliding and eventually leaving the road. In fact, one day I even tried to pass a snowplow. It's a very long story, but I ended up in the ditch needing a tow truck. Well, you might be in those situations where despite your best efforts, you find yourself in the ditch when it comes around things like porn. You don't have freedom in your life, you're living in turmoil, and you're going, well, what can I do? Well, again, if you're like me, you realized I need extra help. And so I want to introduce a course to you. It's called the Finding Traction course, kind of like the tires. And this is for people like me who found out despite their best efforts, maybe despite their faith, despite their self-will or their motivation, they still found themselves completely in bondage to these behaviors. So this course, Finding Traction, is written for the first year of your recovery. It's to help you finally break free from sexual patterns, habits, and those addictions which keep you stuck. Again, I wrestled with this for many years. I even led a recovery course for a while, even though I was still struggling. But I believe if you follow some of the principles in this course, you can, with God's help and the support of other men, you can walk in lasting freedom from porn, like I've experienced for the last 6 or 7 years. Now, a little bit about this course. This is a holistic course, and there's 3 types of lessons in this 52-week course. First of all, there's some lessons around awareness, which gives you some tools and topics to help you understand what is actually going on. Why am I struggling? Some of it is good just to understand what are some of the concepts that you need to understand to really understand, again, what you're wrestling with. Other topics are around connection. What are the necessary touch points that you're going to need to develop in your relationships with other people as you walk towards freedom? And finally, there's some lessons around healing, which are really going to explore some of the underlying reasons which maybe set you up to be susceptible to porn and why it's grabbed such a hold in your life. We're going to cycle over the 52 weeks between these 3 types of lessons: awareness, connection, and healing. Let me also say that each lesson also has 3 parts. First of all, there's the topic, which goes through whatever we're going to be discussing, again, over the 52-week video course. Then there's questions or tools. There's a worksheet that comes with each lesson that you can personalize and ask yourself questions to really realize how that material impacts you. And then finally, I'll give some supporting resources that enables you to look for further help or material to reinforce the concepts we've talked about. Now, let me say, you can do these lessons individually, and I do have people that buy them individually. However, it's best done within a helping network. If you desire to walk through these materials with me as a personal mentor or with a group of guys, we go through it together, I would love you to connect with me by emailing me at bandofbrothers.care, that's .care, @gmail.com. Or you can check out the first example of this course on my website, bandofbrothers.care. I'm looking forward to talking more with you, so here is to finding traction in your life.